Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? What the? Oh, hey there. So if you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering if this $10 inspection camera is worth it. I think technically it was like 12 bucks. But I got it off of Temu. It's kind of my new weakness, just getting a bunch of these cheap tools and seeing if they're working. But I'm curious to see if this one will work or not. So right off the bat, it looks like it's going to be able to take photos, videos. Got a 3000 something battery, full HD, and it has LED lights. So I think you got to have a memory card in this thing to make it actually take pictures and videos like it says here. But let's just open this thing up. Seeing it for the first time with me, so looks like we got some instructions. Little charging cable, looks like it's just your typical USB-C. I'm not sure what any of that stuff does. And let's get into the actual camera itself. Oh wow. That actually has a ton of cable with it, so I'm not exactly sure how big it is, but you can see it's got our little LEDs here. And I just seen that it actually has a 32 gig memory card, so that'll be pretty handy as well. So the first thing I'm going to do before opting to do anything with it is try to get our memory card in. And it appears it goes in right here. Alright, so it looks like that's it. Let's power this unit on and see what we got. I mean, it's not the best quality I've ever seen in my life, but it's also not the worst. I mean, that is a lot of hose, or whatever you want to call that, on here. So, let's see what we got here. So, I'm going to hit right here. This is our power button. Just going to hold that down. Looks like it's energized. And we got cameraage. So, as you can see here, there's my ugly mug. So what I'm wanting this thing for is mainly like checking old engines like this. Like this is a rebuild engine. It's never been fired. I got it with the Project 67 C10 truck that I've got, and it's never been fired. You can kind of see up in here, seeing the cylinders a little bit, but I thought with the help of an inspection camera like this, it might help quite a bit more, just to kind of give you an idea. That way, we're not trying to fire this thing up if it's all scarred up and everything on the cylinder walls and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't take a video of this, and maybe then I can upload it so you guys can see it. I don't know how all this is gonna work. Like I was saying, this is the first time I've ever used this. Oh wow, cylinders look really good. Yeah, I mean, it's a very clear picture. Like I was saying, I'll get you guys in here in just a second. Alrighty, so you can kind of see the screen here in itself. That's probably good on it. Alright, so you can see the screen here, and we're going inside of our spark plug hole into our cylinder. So as you can see, you get a pretty good view of everything. Looks like we got some cobwebs and stuff like that, but for the most part, that cylinder looks really nice. You can even see that's a 30 over piston, which is what it's supposed to be. And you could probably even run that number and figure out what kind of piston that would be. And sliding up in here, in the heads, you can see there's a little surface rust on the head itself, which I don't think is gonna mess us up at all. You can see that valve there is slightly open. And sneaking down into our valve train, which I understand you could pop a valve cover off pretty easy and check this stuff, but everything looks pretty nice in here. I mean, for 10 bucks, man, you can't hardly beat this thing. We're just sneaking all up in here. And like I was saying, there's about 50 foot of hose here, it looks like. I mean, there's a bunch wrapped up. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go check out a little nastier engine that I know is gonna have some crud inside of it. So this is my 66 C10 behind me here. I also got at the same time, I got the 67 with that big block in there. But I know this engine has some mud dauber's nest down in it and all kinds of stuff, so Not even sure we'll be able to salvage it, but we're gonna just kind of look in the cylinders with our new Temu inspection scope here and see what the heck it actually really looks like. As you can kind of see here, it hasn't had a set of it hasn't had a set of exhaust manifolds on this thing at all. And what happened was a lot of mud daubers, they got up in here and kind of made a nest of things. So this is just supposed to be a little 305. I haven't ran the numbers or nothing like that, but it's a 305 700 R4, which you probably don't really care that much. But let's get that inspection camera in here, see what we got going on. Alright, so as you can see, hopefully, yep, that is our valving, which is kind of hard to tell here, but sliding on up in here, you can see there is some dirt and debris up in here, which it's kind of hard to tell really. Which that's just our cylinder head itself where the exhaust to be, so it'd be our exhaust valve. But you can see that thing is just packed full of mud. And it's not translating great onto my camera from the inspection camera itself, but if I'm looking at the inspection camera, I can tell pretty good that it is in fact full of mud. Oh no! See right here, we're up in another one. You can just see the thing has set for a while, obviously. Get up in here, you can kind of look at the valve. This one doesn't have anything dirt dauber related in it. Next one, there's a little dirt dauber nest there. Also on our valve stem itself, or whatever you want to call that, you can see up in there they have just made a home of this thing. So the engine itself is free though, so I don't know if it'll run. Let me know in the comments if you think this thing would run if we kind of chipped around on some of that. Yeah, it's pretty dang cool though. But you can see a big wad of dirt on this side too, which is unfortunate. You can see it all up in there, which is kind of crazy. So here's another cool little thing you can look at. So this is the heater core on the truck. Show you here. You can see it's pretty good imagery going up through there. I can't get in there, but you can see, I mean, how useful this tool would be for 10 bucks. It's pretty cool. I know I've said that 100 times, but usually you get something this cheap and it's not worth the crap, but that's actually pretty solid. Another thing this could be extremely useful for, especially if you got old vehicles like me and you got old fuel tanks, you can kind of get down in here and see what you got going on. See how rusty nasty they are and all that stuff. Oh yeah. Had that on there. That was probably what was giving us that glare. So I've got a video in here and I'll show you here in a little bit. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? What the? You're not gonna believe what's in here. Here, I'll just show you the video. Hit that subscribe button. Alright, so I'm gonna go and kind of play around with some of these features here. As you can see, the camera itself is on. Right here, I was playing around with it out there. That is to turn your light on, and it has different dim settings, which I think is kind of, was it dirty or what? But it's kind of foggy looking, isn't it? You can see my ugly mug on it right now. It seems like the closer you get it to something, the clearer it'll come. It kind of cleans up the closer it gets to something. I don't know if there might be some kind of protective film on this thing. There we go. It's just a little dirty. You can see it's got a pretty good camera on it, and we'll turn that light back on. There's that, and then you hit this button here. Brings you up to your videos and everything like that. And you can see it saved this one, so you just hit the OK button and it'll show you us traveling into that fuel tank like I showed you earlier. So we'll just exit back out of here. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that did that. So you can see here this button and it'll revert that thing upside down, which is pretty wild. So you can even see yourself. So with all that being said, let me know, is this something that you would be interested in buying? And is this video something you're interested in seeing in the future, or just kind of cheap tools that I pick up on Temu? I think it's kind of fun. Hopefully you guys do too, but thank you guys so much for sticking in for another one. And as always, see you on the next one, and get out there, work on your stuff.